first one I want to talk about today is named ranges. I know that we have talked about it in previous sessions, and I will talk about it in every Excel session because named ranges give us a lot of benefits. So basically what a named range is when we click on a cell, we refer to it based on the cell location. Like I'm on K3 right now. So the name box, which just so everybody knows the same things, at the top left, right underneath the ribbon is the name box. We usually look at it and say, okay, here's the name of the cell I'm on, but it does a lot more. It can be used to give an actual name to that cell. The workbook that I happen to be in actually has a lot of named ranges because we can use them in formulas to make the formulas easier to understand, which we'll also talk about tables today, which also use named ranges so that it makes it easier to read the formulas. So when somebody looks at the formula, we know what it's doing. First thing is you can see all of the named ranges by going to the Formulas tab of the ribbon. From the Formulas tab of the ribbon, we have this Defined Names group. If you click Name Manager, this will open up a list of all of the named ranges within your current workbook. You can sort by any of these columns. As you can see, I'm just kind of clicking on these. This one happens to have lots of named ranges in it. So it's a good idea to take advantage of these for not only being able to understand the formulas better, but it makes it quicker and easier to create the formulas. Because a lot of things we do in finance or just in general being a business leader is formula related. So this is just a general ledger that has the account column, it has the description, the period, the amount, and the category. And if I want to analyze this data, I sometimes want to turn this into having named ranges, because if I'm always going to be referring to the description column, the period column, the amount column, I probably want to have those be named ranges to make it easier when I go to analyze it. So just so you can see, I'm going to actually do Control A. Control A is a keyboard shortcut to select my entire range. Because I was on a cell within the range, it selects just that range of data. And all I'm going to do is go back to the Formulas tab to this Defined Names group, and I'm going to click Create from Selection. So what this is doing is asking me which of the columns or rows do I want to use to name the cells. It's selected two. I don't want the right column. It thinks the right column because the right column was text, but I want the top row to be used to name each one of these should say each one of these columns going down. So I'm going to just click OK. What it just did, and I'm going to say replace. Yes, I want to replace that because I already had those as named ranges, a couple of them. But basically what it just did was created a named range for the account column, the description, the period, the amount, and the category. How do I know that it did that? If I go to the name box at the top left, I can click on the drop down and I can actually see all the named ranges. If I click account, it selects the range of cells within that account column. And when I go to create a formula, I can simply use the name of the range instead of having to keep going back and selecting the range. Because I don't know about you, but if I have 10,000 rows of information and I'm going to use it in 10 different formulas, I don't want to have to keep going back and selecting it. So there's a lot of different ways we can take advantage of having named ranges.